Hello there, I'm an Aldano fan. What I like about this band is that it's an artist collective, and it includes collaborations with diverse creatives. It's an alternative rock band, and they have a range of genres in their palette of possibilities. It is a rare musical offering that isn't chasing fame and fortune, but is seeking to inspire a reappreciation for experiencing live music and storytelling through song. I especially love that they bring different moods, including some high-energy, upbeat grooves like Kuvima and After Party, but still carry a critical voice around important issues.
So this year we've made 2 albums, possibly 3. We're still thinking about the 3rd one. But the 2 albums are called Home or Away 1, Home or Away 2. And we look at African migration, South African migration, so Africans who emigrate, whether they need a job elsewhere, whether they have loved ones elsewhere, whether like some rugby players, they have a grandma and suddenly they're Scottish, which seems to be off the Scottish rugby team, or whether they're so-called refugees. Those are all valid reasons, as absurd as some of them could be. And we write about all of them because most of my adulthood was spent saying goodbye to loved ones at the airport because South Africa sucks, supposedly. Last time I checked, most of the world sucks. So I don't know why we get singled out for that. Either way, there are many people I love in other countries and they intrigue me, and the experiences in other countries and the countries they then belong to intrigue me. And for every South African who leaves, someone from another African country comes here. And when I say here, I mean South Africa, but because I'm based in Cape Town, there are many, many stories. Cape Town's a beautiful place. It's the mother city, but it's also a mother who selectively likes her kids. And we have things to say about that. Cape Town can make us very, very angry while being very, very beautiful, like most of your relationships.
Cape Town, do you wanna come here? Do you want us here? Will you hate it? It's Cape Town, will you go away? Will you be safe? Refugee. It's Cape Town, nobody gets out. Battle coming down.
The album begins with a song called Usikati Tamaa, which is Swahili, and the lyric was written by a young singer named Henry Kirabo. It's a way to open the album. It's a statement of at-homeness and feeling at home by someone not born in Cape Town, not born in South Africa, someone born in Kenya, coming from Kenya, but with the cityscape sounds all around him, he just asserts his comfort with the city and more or less repeats that there's nowhere else he needs to be. So immediately we try to start the album off with someone feeling at home who's not necessarily from the place that some of the rest of us would call home. And that speaking to and speaking around the diversity of African voice, that is the real mother city we're trying to find, not the mother city of late capitalism and a housing crisis and affordability.
For me, I feel like being a part of this album feels like a privilege to me. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of what's written on here is so relevant to what's happening around us today in our society, in our communities, and even in our personal relationships. And many of these songs were written 10 plus years ago. It's crazy. If I think about leaving home specifically, for me it speaks about belonging and seeking belonging, and then when you have something, they leave, right? And you can't fault your loved ones. Like, I couldn't fault my loved ones for leaving because of the state that the world is in, but also because I cannot fault them for looking for something better and wanting better for themselves. But then it also speaks about the ones that's left behind and how that feels like for me, being the one that is saying goodbye, and just the different kind of emotions that goes with that. I don't even want to go into all of these different kinds of emotions and thoughts, but if you really dig deep into what each of these songs really speaks about, there's a really deep message there. And like I said, it's not only speaking about and to what we are seeing around us in Cape Town, for instance, but it also gets personal and speaks to what each of us are experiencing to some extent. And so for me, being a part of this has been a great joy. And well, this is part 1, so there's still many more to come.
Kuvima Murima radai avachaoneke varanda vesirikoni vanowanda mairi asi shungu shungu wadziramise. We're coming to this land. We're running, Karanga clan. We're lions roaring, shumba shumba roar. The first to fly in, Shiriungwewi. We're coming to this land. We're running, Karanga clan. We're lions roaring, shumba shumba roar. The first to fly in, Shiriungwewi. We're coming to this land. We're running, Karanga clan.
Well, now we already know how the city destroys itself from within and what its end will look like. It'll keep pretending to be what it isn't. It will continue to be divided and hell for the lonely. So to our story appears a man who does not need it any longer and has a mind to walk home to his beloved. His heart knows the route and his stomach speaks in echoes. He walks with a memory of her. Along the way, perhaps the world begins to end. He picks up a local second-rate guitar player who doesn't get his rhythm. But with his love and his hunger, he sings the song, Find a Friend to Teach You the Words.
Ẹ bá mi wò ní tèmi o, yeah. Ẹ bá mi wò lólùfẹ́ mi o, ẹ bá mi wò lólùfẹ́ mi o, baby. Ẹ bá mi wò lólùfẹ́ mi o. Àníkẹ́ ló ní tèmi, Àníkẹ́ ò ní tèmi, Àníkẹ́ ò ní tèmi, àmàlà mi dà o, gbẹ̀gìrì mi dà.
There can be no underestimating how important our collaborators and friends helping us out on this album were. Nigerian Nourish was written by my friend and colleague Temi Tok, and the sound of that song just speaks for itself. Long before it even made it onto this album, it was just a favorite for so many who heard it, with Temi Tok's voice, just the sweetness in his voice that draws one in to this journey on foot from Cape Town to Lagos. It's a connection between Southern and Western Africa, a walk from one city to another, both sometimes very misunderstood cities. And in opening up our story to be a continental story and to hear different languages, Friends and collaborators are very, very important to us in this process. And the album couldn't exist without that very necessary component.
My love, you said we'd be together. I wait any and every word from you. Last time you wrote, you had settled in, and I lost my heart seeing you in the snow. We are oceans far apart, but this world is small and everything by mouth. I will follow you there. Land so opportune we could grow. It's a place where some of us should go. You make it sound like a golden age.
Well, 100 years ago, between the two world wars, the Weimar era in Germany was taking its course, and it was a strange period in between these two wars. Remember, after World War I, no one thought there would be a World War II, and the warning signs of how the world was going to change were there. But Weimar was a very confused time. It was decadent, there was poverty, there was extravagance, and there was hardship. And in that, things can get very confused and confusing. And we happen to think that 100 years later, in the 2020s, the world is at a similar place, where everything is once again Weimar.
Home or Away Part 2 goes out of South Africa and out of Africa, and it goes into countries abroad where South Africans generally emigrate towards, but it looks at those scenarios in the context of a changing world where there's a shift to a sort of a hard right fanaticism and an equally deplorable leftist uselessness. There's a lot of rocks and hard places to be between while you're entangling yourself with the ways and the hows of a new country. Songs like Weimar speak to that.
Censoring their meals, they calculate every calorie to hunger that hollow. From a screen I turn away. No point in seeing all of that horror. At the gym I hit the scales, angry that the news was fake, and they growl, our stomachs growl, our hunger howls, and land cries out, and they growl, our stomachs growl, house as that cries out.
I'm Alan, a singer, songwriter, and musician from Cape Town, and I've had the privilege of making music with Rian for nearly 2 decades now. So when he invited me to contribute to his upcoming album, I jumped at the chance to add to his eclectic body of work. My track Belonging will feature on the second part of his album, Home or Away. It explores the complex realities of immigration, capturing the grief of missing home and the struggle to find your place in the changed world that now surrounds you.
I'll keep my eye on the rising sun. It's all about to change again, the path I walk upon. I'm not alone, but I'm lonely. I'm part of a sound in a place I don't belong. I'm not alone, but I'm lonely. I miss the sun and the reason I ran from. I'm not alone.
You sit down, reach for the nearest instrument, in my case preferably a guitar, and you write the song. Don't overthink it, don't underthink it. Many songwriters, I think, pause at that struggle to locate the complex thing they want to say, which they then find out is the simplest thing they could have said. And then the songwriter who wants to be among the greats, wants to be among Stevie Wonder and John Lennon, wants to be somewhere there, wants to be somewhere along the lines of a Joni Mitchell or a Marvin Gaye. And that's all fair to want to be that, but you still have to write the thing first. You can be great later, but to get there, just write it. You're going to have done something, you're going to have said something, and in our collective, we strive for that. Like, do you have something to say? Say it. The rest of us will help you with the words and with the syntax and with the composition, but make your utterance, make your iteration. That's always the first thing.
The cool thing about studio work is you get more than one shot. So if you maybe don't nail a take in the first round, there's another 10 takes that your voice can acclimatize to where you need to be, because it's like muscle memory. So if there's a melody that you may be struggling with, you just need to work out your voice a few times and then you'll be able to get that right. But with live performances, you've got one shot, so you gotta nail it, or you gotta live with your performance afterwards if you don't nail it. So that's the big difference between live and studio.
It sometimes feels a bit intimidating, because as a person, personally, I'm not an extrovert, and so I feel like I have to work a little bit harder. But I feel that when I feel the music, it kind of comes naturally to me, and then I don't have to work harder, because I think whatever comes out of me in that moment is what needs to come out, and that speaks for itself. And hopefully that connects with people more than me having to kind of put on a show. Yeah, so it's a bit of work for me sometimes.
Our band in itself, and I know all bands will probably say this, but our band truly is very unique in that we don't have a set genre. The covers that we do, the originals that we do, span so many genres, and we can pull it off because I think all of us are seasoned musicians.
And yet we grow and develop by playing with other bands, irrespective of genre or style or what musical identity anyone has for themselves. We assimilate, we amalgamate,
we are ourselves a product of so many other bands that we've been in. Sultry or Wellington, Rareview. These are great bands, and bands that we play with, like Scrapbook. These are important moments in the development of one's feeling of one's shape of music rather than one's music identity, I think.
What are the highs and lows of being in a band in Cape Town?
Lots of lows. Financially, it's not really a thing to do if you want to make money. But I think definitely the highs are if you practice enough, you start to sound really, really tight. So I think that is the high when you with a group of friends and you guys pull these songs like out of thin air and you jam together and they sound like really, really professional. I think that's always the high for me as a musician, where these normal peeps from Cape Town can sound as good as international artists if given the directive for that. And thanks to everyone who listens to it. I hope that it sparks something inside you.